All right, here we go. We're back again with the solar generator, battery bank, 400 amp hours, 1000 watt inverter, 1000 input for solar, but it also has the utility charger, so you can plug it in directly. Just see as you'll see here. So you can still always plug it into the wall, or even a gas generator if you want. So if you're completely remote, you can always power up. So you have multiple options. Has Wi-Fi and Bluetooth built in. Of course, you have the outside Bluetooth controller. They say it's about 99%. Actually, let me take this, try to keep the plastic on, keeping it fresh, because it's pretty much brand new, so. So you can see it's 99% there. Clean that off. All right. But yeah, so you got a drill plugged in real quick so you can see. Okay. You can see there. And let's see, I'm gonna do some tests. You can see the output 120 volts, so it's steady. Pure sine wave inverter. Let's see output. You can see the input 74 watts currently, 6 watts from the panels, because pretty much when the battery is almost full, there's not much space left for it to charge, so it slows down to protect it, as they say. Again, it has two 200 amp hour Lithium-phosphate 4 batteries, so they're the safest ones currently available in the market, and they have the highest quality of cycles, about 4,000 cycles before you see any degradation in performance. So let's see, take a look. Let's go to the output. You can see it. I know the sun's shining. I'm trying to get in the shadow. So you can currently see the load. So the load is showing 1 watt currently. That's basically just what the MPPT-controller is using from the batteries. But as I start cranking up the drill, there you go. See the drill's pulling. Drill's pulling about 260 watts. When it first kicks on, it has a little bit of a burst. So it'll go up, but then it steadies down. You see the burst is about 500. But it can handle that. Handle up to 500. It can actually handle up to about 2,000 for a few seconds, and then it'll drop down. So, like, in case you have like a heating element, like an iron or a refrigerator or something like that, if it crosses 1,000 watts on the inverter, it doesn't just pretty much die out. It'll handle it, but it doesn't handle for long periods. It just gives you that safety protection. Let's take a look. You see? Quick look. So you can see them both. Yeah, there you go. And have 8 100 watt panels hooked up to connected currently, just for testing purposes and so forth. I actually have 2 more brand new ones in the box still, and I have it connected here with a quick connect, so you pretty much can quick connect it, put the caps on. See, it's completely portable. And I currently have, of course, an additional breaker box for safety, and it's also legally required in Maryland. For safety purposes, that you can also quick connect, kill it from your solar panels to the box, just for any emergency purposes or whatever. So I wired that up as well, and of course it's fully contained, weatherproof, so you can close it up, seal it off if you need, throw it in the back of your truck, roll with it, lock it up if you need. And then you have access here, Bluetooth through this right here, so you can have Bluetooth on your phone. As well as another display here, so you can see the battery level. It's too bright, probably can't really see it here on the camera. Have 12 volt outlets plus USB-C, 2 USB-Cs, and a USB 3.0 on there, as well on the other side with a switch there. You can turn them off, and they're illuminated so you can see them at night. And of course the auxiliary gang switches, so you can hook those up to maybe like lights or whatever else you like to add to it. Yeah, pretty much. This is my project, so definitely going to make more custom units, but this one is available for sale. If you have any questions, of course you have got your switch there, 120 amps to protect the, in case the inverter or the batteries, they can actually handle more than that, but I set it to 120 amps so you can get good performance and it's still safe. And of course you have the master switch back here, so that fully powers off the entire system. Just flip that. Has wheels. The intake and outtake ports, so intake, outtake. So once that controller crosses a certain temperature of Celsius, it'll keep it cool, and it flows through the batteries, so it keeps the batteries cool, and the inverter, which also has a built-in fan there on the side. Yeah, and of course you have your extendable carrying handle there, so you can extend that and then just lift it up and roll with it. And yeah, I mean, I could do this with one hand. It has a little bit of weight to it with the 2 batteries, but it's not, you know, it's not too bad. And of course here's the Wi-Fi controller. I'm actually going to remount this, mount it better so it's like up here. But yeah, this is the Wi-Fi module. So you can anywhere you can connect to this actual MPPT controller, and you can control it. You can have it switch from utility charging, solar charging. You can control the battery levels, how much you want it to charge up to or decharge down to. So you can control those levers to keep it safe, and of course extend the longevity of the battery. Because usually it's best to go from 80 to 20, and that'll keep it going, you know, as long as possible. But in case you have a certain emergency need, you need to get to 100 or, you know, higher than that, you could have it set higher than that or down lower. Definitely your choice. But yeah, I mean, these are pretty much brand new batteries. I have had it a while now, just doing tests and so forth. But yeah, I'm gonna clean up the outside. It's been in the shed, you know, as you see. So it's, you know, hasn't been in the elements or nothing like that. Just a little dusty on the top. So I'm gonna clean it off. You see the inside, nice and clean and so forth. But yeah, let me know. I did, you know, heavy gauge on the wires, so that's higher than what's required for the 12 volt and with the amps that it's pulling, just for safety purposes and so forth. So definitely went above and beyond to make sure this thing is, you know, for safety purposes and performance and heavy duty usage. Of course, I could even increase the inverter, go higher than 1,000 watts. We could do 2,000, maybe 3,000 if you want. So, you know, it all depends. And of course, that would increase the price and so forth. But, you know, it's definitely priced to be competitive with the higher units that are more known out here, like EcoFlow and stuff like that. So you're getting more bang for your buck and more features and so forth for the kilowatt hours. It's 5,120 watt hours, so 5.12 kilowatt hours of power. 1,000 watt inverter, 1,000 intake for solar, which also you can have solar and utility, so you can double charge it. Let's see what else. Yeah, I mean, weatherproof. Pretty much has the, you know, the gasket seal going on the outside, so, you know, it could be outside in a little bit of drizzle and stuff like that. You know, I wouldn't keep it out there too long, but in case the weather switches on you, you know, not in bad trouble. A lot of those other units can't handle that. And of course, you know, you have the cables here. They'll be protected and not pinched, so you have the grooves there. And you can close it off completely. But yeah, let me know. I'll do a few more tests. First, you have the hospital rated plugs, wired those up. You have the GFI fault protection in there. So you have multiple levels of protection. You know, you can run this bad boy all day long if you want. Yep, well, I have to cut the grass some, so yeah, holla at me.